eCloud Manager Infrastructure Edition, the one console solution for multi-data center monitoring and management, orchestrating virtualization and storage technologies. Imagine there was a world where you could have a unified view over your virtualized compute and storage resources in all of your data centers regardless of where these are located. Provision large VMs for testing or development purposes within a couple of minutes. Backup and restore your systems or extend their capacity by creating, cloning, and attaching disks to VMs within seconds. Know which LAN has which connection to which hypervisor, or discover errors in your storage systems and directly map them to your VMs. Be automatically notified whenever your LANs are not correctly mapped or your internally defined processes run into problems. Clone your entire training data store and have it available for each training group in just a few minutes. And all this using one single platform. The eCloud Manager Infrastructure Edition provides the industry's first solution for monitoring and managing compute and storage resources across different virtualization and storage providers through a unified, functional, and graphic interface. It enables rapid VM provisioning utilizing multi-vendor server virtualization and storage technologies, as well as error detection through a customizable event and notification system. Put an end to logging in and out to see several vCenters, using several tools from several vendors to manage your resources, or being locked into one vendor, inconsistencies between templates in various data centers, difficulties in sharing resources across data centers, configuration work or CLI calls to the storage system, searching for LANs in your vCenter server and matching long LAN UUIDs, task repetition after having accidentally attached or cloned the wrong LAN. The eCloud Manager Infrastructure Edition Overview dashboard displays information about the monitored compute infrastructures, storage systems, and clusters. From the navigation tree on the left, the user can access information about individual entities such as data stores, aggregates, volumes, virtual centers, clusters, hosts, and VMs. Please note that several compute infrastructures and several storage systems can be monitored using the eCloud Manager. Now let's assume that one of your hosts is overloaded and you need to move your VMs to another host. If the second host does not map the LANs attached to the VMs, then the VM migration will fail. The eCloud Manager automatically checks if the data stores and LANs are consistently mapped inside the clusters and gives the user an overview as to the errors regarding VMware storage connectivity. Let's select one of the clusters which display potential problems. If we go to the LAN Data Store Map tab, the status information will display whether the cluster storage is consistent for vMotion. The LAN table and data store table show which hosts the LANs or data stores are visible to. Overcommit allows you to virtually use more space than physically possible. However, this increases the risk to lose your VMs when no space is left on a volume. Using the eCloud Manager platform, you will be notified automatically when your volume is running out of space, so that you can take the necessary actions to prevent situations in which the storage system could deny I/O operations on the volume. From the eCloud Manager Infrastructure Edition dashboard, we select the Active Rules tab. Here we see a list of all the active rules in the eCloud Manager. These rules trigger certain events, warnings, or errors. There is one rule which triggers email, SMS, or RSS notifications in case certain errors occur. In the storage tree on the left, we notice that several entities display events. Events are always propagated throughout the whole hierarchy of entities to all other depending resources as well. From the Entity page, we can navigate to the Event Overview page, where information on the event context, as well as suggestions on how the event could be solved, will be displayed. Let's say you need to set up training environments for new employees. Using the eCloud Manager Infrastructure Edition, you can create a new data store with a 4-step wizard in order to extend the storage capabilities of your virtual center. As a first step, we select the host or cluster for the new data store. As a second step, we select the aggregate for the data store to be created. Third step, we need to enter the volume details, specifically name and initial size. Fourth step, we select masking info. The new data store will be available for use right away. In order to respond to the same scenario we discussed earlier, we could also clone an existing data store containing all necessary virtual machines for the training session. Now let's assume that you need to extend the capacity of your VM. Using the eCloud Manager, you can attach a new LUN to a VM in just a few minutes, following a simple wizard. As a first step, we select the LUN operation we want to perform, namely, create and attach a new LUN. As a second step, we select the target volume of the LUN. Third step, we must enter LUN details, name and size. Fourth step, we must select LUN masking options. The new LUN will be available right away. Assume you need to set up test systems in order to test upgrade scenarios of your applications in an environment with real data, but without disturbing the productive environment. Using the eCloud Manager Infrastructure Edition, single VMs can be cloned within minutes due to the integration of advanced storage features. As a first step, we select a destination folder for the VM. As a second step, we need to enter the VM name and the number of clones we want to create. Third step, we must specify the LUN target pool. As a last step, we select the masking info. The clone will be ready to use in just a few seconds or minutes, depending on your storage system. eCloud Manager Infrastructure Edition will save you real money by preventing vendor lock-in. You can now benefit from features offered by other vendors and avoid high hardware costs. Reducing the time spent by IT administrators performing manual configurations required by vendor-specific tools. Enabling resource sharing across data centers distributed around the world. Using the newer storage and hypervisor features for optimal resource usage and minimum hardware allocation. Making use of advanced enterprise storage features for fast VM provisioning in a few minutes without any post-provisioning work necessary. Fulfilling SLAs through the maintenance of an up-to-date template store. Drilling down from VM to hypervisor to storage in order to get the information you need in just a few seconds. integrating an automatic rule-based notification system to immediately discover errors data center-wide.